Venn diagram. What is a Venn diagram? It's made up of two circles that overlap. And the overlap section is what they have in common. How is it used? It's used to sort numbers, objects, colors, shapes, or even categories. Why do we want to know this? It's simple. It's to find the relationship between two categories and where you can use those numbers when you have them in your hand and if you wish to switch hands. Pull the numbers for the 2023 category and put it in the one circle. In 2023, you're using the number 2, 3, the white dragon, the green dragon, the red dragon, flowers, and winds. The numbers we would use for Quince category. You would use all the numbers 1 through 9. Flowers and winds. What do the two categories have in common? Where the two circles overlap in the middle, meaning the numbers are used in both categories. And those numbers are 2, 3, flowers, and winds. The dragons outside the category can only be used in 2023. The other numbers can only be used in Quince. Now let's look at another example. Let's pull all the numbers for the 2, 6, 8 category and put them in this circle. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, obviously in any suit, flowers, and dragons. Those are the numbers you can use in the 2, 4, 6, 8 category. Let's look at the numbers we can use in the consecutive run category. You have the numbers 1 through 9, flowers, and dragons. Now let's find the relationship between the two categories. Again, where the two circles overlap in the middle, you can see here, this is where the numbers are in both categories, where they have the numbers or flowers or dragons in common. All the other numbers on the right side will just remain for the consecutive run category. You can use this to try to find the relationship between other categories and where you can use those numbers when you have them in your hand and if you wish to switch hands. Let's give this another try. The addition category has the numbers 1 through 4, 6 and 8, as well as flowers. It can be easily seen what you can have in common, such as 2, 4, 6, 8 would be a great category. But let's take a look at the tiles in consecutive run. Here's the tiles in consecutive run in this circle. You can use the numbers 1 through 9, flowers, and dragons. Now let's compare the two and see where they have tiles in common. You can see from the additions category, all the tiles are in common in the consecutive run category. These are the tiles that only can be used in consecutive run. If you are working the two categories together, there are lots in common. There's flowers, the numbers 1 through 4, 6 and 8. Everything else would be used just in consecutive run. Let's look at the categories Quince and Winds and Dragons. In our Quince category, we have the numbers 1 through 9, flowers, and winds. Now let's look at the wind category. The numbers 1 through 9, winds, flowers, and dragons. What do these categories have in common? All the numbers from the Quince category fit in to the winds and dragons category, including the winds and the flowers. Now let's look at the consecutive run category and the winds and dragons. Consecutive run consists of the numbers 1 through 9, flowers, and dragons. Winds and dragons consist of the numbers 1 through 9, flowers, dragons, and winds. Now, what do these two categories have in common? Consecutive run and winds and dragons has all the numbers from 1 to 9 in common with dragons and flowers. The winds are left just to the winds and dragons category. We're going to look at the category 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and the winds and dragons. In 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, you can use any number that's odd in any suit, as well as dragons and flowers. In the winds and dragons category, you can use any number from 1 to 9, the winds, dragons, and flowers. Let's see what these two have in common that we would be able to switch hands. You can see in this example that 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, all the numbers, dragons, and flowers are in common with the winds and dragons category. What's left in the winds and dragons category are the even numbers and the winds. The category winds and dragon was best compared to the category 2023. That is the one that had the most tiles in common. Let's see what each category holds. Winds and dragons holds the numbers from 1 to 9 in any suit, dragons, flowers, and winds. 2023 holds the numbers 2, 3 in any suit, dragons, flowers, and winds. What do these two have in common? The winds and dragons category and 2023 had the numbers 2, 3, flowers, dragons, and winds in common. The remaining numbers of 1, 4 to 9 remained with the winds and dragons category. In the 2023 category, there was no remaining tiles. So winds and dragons and 2023 work well together. Let's do this one more time. There are 3, 6, 9, 2 consecutive run. 3, 6, 9, you would collect the tiles 3, 6, 9 in any suit, dragons, and flowers. Consecutive run, you would collect the numbers 1 through 9 in any suit, dragons, and flowers. What do these two have in common? All the tiles in 3, 6, 9 have in common with most of the tiles in consecutive run. The numbers 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8 would remain in consecutive run. These are the common tiles between the two. Now that you know how to do Venn diagrams, try it yourself. Take a piece of paper, make 2 circles, put the one category on the left, the other on the right, and write what's in each category that's required. Then compare the two and write in the middle the numbers or flowers or dragons that are in common. Tell us in the comments what you found when you did your Venn diagrams. In the series that I brought to you, I noticed that you can switch to winds and dragons quite often. And singles and pairs, try consecutive run if you can't get your singles and pairs to work. This is a great exercise and gives you new insight into the card. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up or click below and subscribe. Thank you for your support as always, and see you in the next video. If you'd like to take lessons from me, you can contact me on Instagram at Mah Jongg Class, or on Facebook, or on my website. The easiest way to get in touch with me is to email me at mahjongclass@yahoo.com. Thanks for watching.